Welcome everyone to part 2 of History Behind Yokai and For Honor. In today's video I'm going to be talking about everything that I missed in part 1 about the Demon Dagger event. But before we start, I want to give an amazing shout out to Ravenite for supporting my first video, as well as making a wonderful appearance in this one, so please stick around to see that. But first, a short disclaimer. I am not a historian, I am just passionate about samurai history, so I do get things wrong from time to time, so please tell me if I got anything wrong in the comments down below. With now that out of the way, let's move on to the main part of the video. Now taking a look at the first symbol that I missed from the Demon Friend outfit. Yuki Onna prey on travelers lost in heavy snowstorms that blanket the Japanese Alps in winter. They have an overwhelming beauty with long black hair and dark piercing eyes. Their skin is ageless, as white as snow, but their bodies as cold as ice, and a mere touch is enough to give a human a deep, unshakable chill. They feed on life force, sucking it from humans' mouths with an icy breath that freezes their victims solid. Yuki Onna spend their lives hunting humans in the snow, but some legends say that they can fall in love with their intended prey and let them go free. Some go as far as to say that they marry humans and live happy together. Now taking a look at the other symbol that represents a kitsune, also known as a fox. All foxes have the ability to shapeshift into human forms. There are two major variants of kitsune. Holy foxes are servants of the Shinto deity Inari, and Inari shrines are decorated with statues and images of these foxes. Holy foxes act as messengers of gods and mediums between the celestial and human worlds. They often protect humans or places, they provide good luck and ward away evil spirits. The more common are wild foxes, which delight in mischief, pranks, or evil. There are stories in which wild foxes trick or possess humans and cause them to behave strangely. Despite this wicked nature, even wild foxes keep their promises, remember friends, and repay favors done for them. Now taking a look at the paint pattern Demonic Shadows 1. The yokai on the left is named Nurarihyon, is a mysterious and powerful yokai encountered all across Japan. It is said someone's appearance can be deceiving, and Nurarihyon is the perfect illustration of this. Overall, he is rather benign looking, his head is elongated and gourd shaped. His face is wrinkled, resembling a cross between an old man and a catfish. Nurarihyon is actually the most powerful and the elite of all yokai. He travels in an ornate cart, usually carried by humans or yokai servants. Nurarihyon is the supreme commander of all monsters. Every yokai listens to his word and pays him respect. Now moving on to the part that everyone's been waiting for. Ravenite, take it away.
Hello everyone, and thank you to General Fujikiyo for having me. So I was asked about two things specifically that he wanted me to discuss. First is this slate or stone tablet with Japanese written on it, and I was asked to explain it if I could. The Japanese reads, Kumo no ko wa mina chirijiri no misugi kana. This is actually a haiku from the Japanese poet Isa Kobayashi, and it roughly translates to this. The spider's children have all gone off to earn a living. Now, that's not a direct translation, that's an attempt to try to make it sound more like its original poetic style. However, the meaning still remains the same. Now, there are various Japanese haikus and poems about spiders by Master Kobayashi, and some of them seem to work in chronological conjunction with each other. However, this one seems more relevant to the situation in For Honor. The Jorogumo spider has been laying eggs all over the place, both in Temple Garden and in Market Town. Some of these eggs seem to have hatched yokai warriors and children of hers that aid her in battle. Now, normal spider eggs hatch from egg sacs and then will scatter and make lives of their own, which is what the poem is alluding to. However, in the case of the Jorogumo, this message seems far more haunting, as it may imply that the eggs she's laid are hatching and her yokai children are free and traveling to spread their taint elsewhere. Now, none of her children appear to be Jorogumo like her, but even so, the prospect this proposes is quite frightening. Now, the other thing that I was asked to talk about were the two new mask effects from the Battle Pass, Demonic Intruder and Demonic Tormentor. Now, I don't think there's a direct connection to be made here, maybe something small, but I'll get to it. I do think, though, there is something of a loose nod to Japanese duality and philosophy in terms of the dual nature of kami and good and evil and all that. We'll get to it. Now, in Demonic Intruder, the first one, we see that the human is being taken over by the demon, as the face of the mask is that of a human, but it's being split in half as a demon face is exposing itself and forcing its way in, showing the malicious entity is taking control of the once benevolent and innocent human. Now, the ningen, or human, fades to the Ayakashi, or demonic entity. This could be something like the legend of Shuten Doji, a man so evil and wicked that he transformed into a powerful man-eating Oni. The Shintoist belief held that all creatures and beings held kami within them, which were like spirits, and when a kami is corrupted, or a spirit that is peaceful, a nigitama, becomes corrupt or cruel, it can become malevolent, a malevolent spirit, or an aratama. But the reverse can also hold as well, though it doesn't make for as entertaining stories or legends, perhaps. In the second mask outfit, we see a demon face splitting down the middle as a human face is breaking through, indicating that the good and benevolent is retaking power or emerging once more. Now, while the demonic tormentor mask outfit looks cooler with the horns and more evil look, it also is the most hopeful, as it shows perhaps the return or resurrection of good within, or that perhaps within something that appears evil there can be peace or good deep within, such as in the story of Kentaro, the Japanese equivalent of Hercules. A boy blessed with incredible strength, raised in the wilds by a mountain witch, Kentaro grew strong and mighty, and though he could have become a malevolent brute, he befriended animals and became a useful ally to Minamoto no Yorimitsu in defeating Shuten Doji, according to legend. Now, while I can't be 100% sure if the developers intended it or not, I'm of the opinion that these two mask outfits demonstrate one of the defining qualities of the duality of the spiritual self. Power can flux, and that which is good at one point might show evil intentions underneath, or could be taken by evil. In the same way, that which is turned to maliciousness and cruelty can indeed have a trace of good buried within, or perhaps benevolence that was denied trying to emerge. Always a balance between the pure and the chaotic, the good and the evil, the yin and the yang, the nigitama and the aratama, the ningen and the ayakashi. But that's just my take.
Thank you very much, Raven, for contributing to this video. Now we're going to be talking about the Demon Dagger. There are many mystical weapons from Japanese mythology that could have inspired the Demon Dagger. In popular culture, Muramasa swords have been often described as cursed swords with demonic powers. It's said that Muramasa was a most skilled blacksmith, but a vulgar and on the brink of madness that was supposed to have possessed into his blades. They were mostly believed to hunger for blood and to impact their warrior to commit murder or suicide. Also known to be told that once drawn, a Muramasa blade has to draw blood before it can be returned to its scabbard, even forcing its wearer to commit suicide. This is why it's believed to be a cursed blade that causes bloodlust in those who wield it. Thank you everyone for watching today's video. Please tell me in the comments below what you guys think the Demon Dagger could be based off. As well, a massive thank you to Raven Knight for supporting today's video. Now with that out of the way, I'll see you next time.